Hello gamers and welcome back to Let's Play Ash of Gods, where we have to face the Reaper. Potentially the last battle. Holy shit. Let's hide in the corner, as far away from this guy as possible. Or as far away from these guys as possible, because they have ranged, don't they? X-Hurl. Does he have ranged? He only has 100 health. Intimidating Roar, Slap. He can do stat damage, which is pretty harmful. Yeah, let's stay here potentially. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Obviously we'll start with the Mental Blast, followed by Fire Blade. I won't go and attack him, obviously. But maybe I should bring myself into position for a close range attack. I have the feeling that I will need to. Unfortunately, I'm hitting the wrong opponents. Where can he go? Okay, he won't be able to go anywhere, which means I can go here and potentially do something like a circular attack or something. Which would deal 29 damage, killing these two. He wouldn't be able to reach me. I will cast Mental Blast first. Now let's go for the circular hit to their health. He should not be able to reach me. Okay, he's casted something. He reduced my health by 4 and intimidated me. Which is good because he's still quite far away. Now with this I only deal 17 damage, not enough to kill him. With this I deal 26, which is again not enough to kill him. With the Devouring Blow I could kill this one. With the Fire Blade I could not. I think I need to retreat. Cast Mental Blast. Unfortunately it hit him. Cast Fire Blade. He's going to hurl his axe or attack me somehow, costing me lots of energy. I will use Mental Blast first. Okay, that was a shame, because I would have needed a Quick Strike to increase my energy. I can only use that once more. Let's hide in the corner. He is coming. Holy shit. He's still coming. Do I need to reposition? No. He's again intimidating me. Now this takes away from his walking distance, which is fantastic. I won't be able to cast Fire Blade, but I will be able to dish out some more damage. He won't be able to reach me. And as soon as he comes closer I will be able to actually finish him off. Let's use now a Blast first, and then the Devouring Blow. And increase my energy. Is he going to strike me down as well now? You cannot believe your eyes. You were prepared to face death, thinking you'd be the third Umbra sacrificed to a god. But the scales suddenly tip in your favor. Still, you lack a stone knife. But maybe this guy is the sacrifice, and I sacrifice him. Also, I think these fights now have been very doable compared to other fights, and I think that's because I didn't put that much into his arm. New blood clots over old blood. New deaths make you forget past ones. The fight goes on, but Philia's voice rings out through the square. Atrak cannot be slain by an ordinary weapon. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. You hear a scream and see Philia. Is that the stone knife in her hand? How did she get it? With a surprisingly nimble spin, she throws the knife and strikes the monster in the chest. Fantastic. Rask appears before Atrak like a pale phantom, and he watches his body crumble to dust. Rask then shrugs and fades away, like fog in the dawning sun's rays. You look at mighty Atrak's decaying flesh and fading features. You think of the god he incarnated, and his 4 Umbra slaves, your kin, 3 of whom fell at Drowsy Deep. Nothing is eternal, nothing is forever unyielding, all is finite. Even boundless foolishness destroys itself in the end. It's not yet over. Umbra have been taken to the altar, yells Philia. Everyone to the broken menhir, to the chapel's ruins. That's where it all ends. Everything was leading to this. Atrak did not heed the warning, and his arrogance was duly rewarded. Atrak's arrogance was rivaled only by his stupidity. Why concern yourself with something so insignificant while witnessing something so profound at work? The deed is done. I feel his coming. He is not your master, Tibiba. Neither is he mine. Dovka? Master of Childao, the archer has deceived us all. You arrived at the square. The place is silent. No moans from the wounded. Not a reaper in sight. And yet your legs are heavy. As if every last reaper were here. Your boots stick to the blood-stained rocks. I'll be damned. Something must be done. There must be a way. If I'm unable to stop this, kill me. What should I do? These damned riddles. Do you think mere words can stop a god? Or maybe you think some ruins can stop a god. My heart is barely beating. Why did she make me piece together this spell? Damn it. Was it a test? Did you think it's some sort of joke? That all the riddles were just a game? They were a path to acquire strength. You're nearly within reach. Damnation, drawing a blank again. What did your mother say? What was the last clue? Help me remember. She said that you will find the last words on the dearest one, or in the very end. Don't give me that look. You'll not find the answer written on my face. The book, of course, here it is, but it's not finished. Stop mid-sentence. Help and protect. No, it's not enough. On the dearest one? But I've already read the words on Amma's body. Philia, you are dearest to your mother, are you not? No matter who she is. Roll up your sleeve. Do not argue. But there's nothing here. My hand is burning, but there's nothing written on it. Fantastic soundtrack, by the way. My hand feels like it's engulfed in flames too. How I loathe these games. Damn you all. Take into yourself that which you can take, for there's no one else to take it. And if you do not burn out, carry it. And with every step your burden shall become greater, for you carry it for many, and their number increases still. You will save yourself by saving others, but you will not keep misfortune away, because you carry misfortune within you. God of mine, the fire, the wind, the water and the salt of the earth, accept my flesh, my spirit and my love. Save and protect us. Your hand returns to its former color, and you feel a surge of strength, but you cannot move a finger. It's as if time itself has stopped. The one bearing the mark grows much taller and straightens her shoulders, becoming beautiful and terrifying at the same time. Everyone falls to their knees before her, as do you. It seems as if time itself has stopped. The witch and healer called Philia is filled with dread. But a moment later she lets out a sigh of relief and wipes the sweat from her brow. Her eyes became pitch black, yet her voice did not change. Ophelia touches her forehead. The mark is gone. What happened to me? I feel as though I died, but was then resurrected. Still, there's a deathly chill inside me. Was he stopped? Oh, I've unlocked an achievement. We are saved. And then in brackets it says Philia. So I guess another option would have been to be saved and use Galada. Was he stopped? She asks without waiting for a reply, almost yelling. You rub your hand. I think it was a she. Well, no matter. We did not open the gate and managed to keep her out. Still, she's just on the other side. And not going anywhere. She's inside you, trapped. At least for now. The plight has been averted. The corrupted sacred stones remain lifeless. The reaping's grip loosens, until it has finally disappeared without a trace. Finally, it's time to put out the fires, contemplate your horrifying experiences, mourn the dead, and forget the taste of madness and blood on your lips. The scribe known as Hopperoli, who was also an Umbra and Kuro named Blance, suffered the curse of an unknown witch and completed the journey laid out for him. Reading the spell, he realized that all of the reaping's power, all the magic that devoured human lives and dragged him into the abyss, all of it was served one single purpose: to confine an almighty god to a human body. A single spell, assembled from fragments, was akin to a pebble that brought down a rock slide, preventing the end of this world. Seeing the scared, tired, but empowered and still human eyes staring back at him brought Blance both joy and relief. It was not yet over, but he at least had time to breathe.
Chilla arrived at Hungry Steppe the same day dark clouds loomed over Opacum. She was gazing gloomily over the boundless valley when the menhir was destroyed, and its remains beheld the dreadful ritual. She grimaced, but not because of the deadly desert that awaited. Though the events in Opacum unfolded 1,000 leagues from her, Chilla felt every moment.
Well then.
Everything she concocted in Albius's town hall has ended just as it should have. Did she know that by going against her deity's will, she'd be able to seal it away in someone's flesh and blood? Or that her own daughter would become the seal? She couldn't answer. The only thing certain is that the horror befalling Terminum has only been stalled. The important thing is, Blance carried out the mission she gave him. He also seems to have realized that her sorcery was not a curse. Same as how 700 years ago, her arrows that kept Blance from getting excarnated in the drowsy deep were not a curse. If this is a sacrifice, hasn't she carried its heaviest burden? And what's next? There is still far to go. It wasn't like Chilla to give up. She thought not of her daughter, nor even her own plan. A delicate lacework of steel. Nor did she wonder how it would all end. Her ending was nowhere in sight. She thought about her coming journey, and even about her whole life, being a one-way trip, and about pain and death, burdening more than just Terminum's dwellers. The ones sealed away in the center of that corrupted land have it much worse. That's where she's going. She must make it.
What the hell is that? Safely hidden in the Hail Wasteland rests the Salvation Ark. Over 1,000 years ago, divine power brought it to Terminum. A falling star, the spark of a calamity that swept the world. The Umbra and the Kuros departed with haste, and the Ark remained sealed. Answers only emerge from it when reap time comes. Against the will of her god, Childao resolves to ascertain what went wrong. She hopes that imprisoning the deity will free what remains of her ruined world and its inhabitants. Having lifted the protective charm, Childao freezes in terror. The divine plan has been distorted. Where an elegant sphere should have appeared before her, instead looms the nascent mania of her god. To gather strength, the awakened deity devours all who slumber in the Ark. 1,005 years after the divine retribution, 3 years after the fall of Opacum, what happened feels like a bad dream. A dream from which some will never wake. Though few still believe it, an ancient god awoke in the Bacanan fortress that day. After failing to subjugate the mind of its host, it fed upon the Reaper's strength, parting them from their corporal shells. The resurrected god now slumbers deep in the mind that hosts it. The reaping ends, but the magic lingers, creating new centers of power. People bury the plague victims. Life goes on, as does the war. Once free of the Reaper's oppressive spells, the Gels attacked the Frisians on the ruins of Opacum. In the ensuing chaos and bloodshed, many Burkans were able to escape the fortress. Frisia had dealt a staggering blow to Burkana, but, without the Reaper's leadership, was soon consumed by internal squabbles and bickering. Before long, all of the Frisian warlords were fighting each other, giving the southern kingdoms time to recover and prepare for the next conflict. Burkana's surviving forces, united under a new champion, King Trig of Gerana, who earned incredible glory during the defense of Opacum, brave, steadfast and gallant of spirit, the people love him. Never has the world seen the southern kingdoms so united. Following the horrific events at Opacum, many Vandals, Gabonans and even Pelians joined forces against Frisia. Good thing I saved him. The most curious fate remains unknown to mankind. Completing Childao's trial made Hopper Rowley, known to some as the Kuro Blans, much stronger. Many Burkans who survived the Battle of Opacum gratefully remember the scribe who helped them escape the besieged fortress and then vanished without a trace. Blans did not die, however. He made his way into the wasteland in pursuit of the one who had helped him save Terminum. Among those Hopper saved at Opacum was Ake, his trusted travel companion. To everyone's surprise, the giant warrior hasn't taken part in any battles since. He's instead begun to scour the southern realms for Frisian spies. With a small band of fighters in tow, he's often seen studying a journal, one he doesn't allow anyone else to read. Philia contained the resurrected god within her mind, but the burden was too great. She disappeared from Opacum, and her fate remains a mystery. There are reports she's been sighted in different parts of Terminum, reading strange enchantments and directing a flock of followers. Hopper Rowley would have seen it as Philia following in her mother's footsteps, and a sign that anything is possible now. The future of Terminum remains undecided. The scales have tilted, and yet are unbalanced. New heroes may emerge, while old ones vanish without a trace. The story may yet go on, if there's enough vigor, determination and luck in the world. Achievement unlocked, Save the King. And that's the end of Ash of Gods and also this Let's Play. Well, if you just happen to watch the last episode, my advice is to not let lots of time pass between your playing sessions, simply because it's quite complex with all the names and parties and stuff. So the last half of the Let's Play I kind of played in a row, like, I don't know, maybe not quite the last half, in 3, 4, 5 weeks or so, 6 weeks. It's much better. Fantastic game, fantastic end, and I also like that lots of people actually died, which is rather rare in games. Lots of huge animation team, look at that. Artists. Special thanks. Kickstarter backers. Yeah, I will let the credits run. KL, Lord Blaine John Myers, Lord Sassy Applebottom. That's the end. Ash of Gods Redemption. Fantastic game. You should play it. I've enjoyed it. I hope to see you in another Let's Play. Until then, bye for now.